Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel and welcome to the last video of 2020. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. We are getting ready for New Year's Eve and I asked you guys to ask me some questions regarding 2020 and 2021 and just my hopes and expectations and highlights of this year and whatnot. And so we are going to be talking about that while I do my New Year's Eve makeup look. If you guys like this video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Happy New Year, happy 2021. I am really hoping that this year turns things around for us and that we have a much better year in 2021 that we did in 2020. With that said, let's go ahead and get started getting ready for the new year. As you can see, I already did my eyebrows. I always like to do that off camera because I just take too long. I'm going to start by using this Mario eyeshadow primer. I'm going to mix them both. I know you're supposed to use them to give your crease a little color and whatnot, but I have it in the lightest shade and mine doesn't really do that. So I'm just going to blend it all over my eyelid. That is my favorite way to use it. I think for today's video, I want to use my Pat McGrath Subliminal palette. I promised you guys a 5 looks 1 palette with this one and it will happen because I still want to play with it some more. I will do a 5 looks with this one. I just haven't gotten to it because I was doing end of the year videos. If you haven't watched it yet, I did the top 20 products in 2020 video. I did my ranking of every single palette I tried in 2020 from worst to best. I did my favorite products of 2020 and I've also reviewed a couple things that have come out recently. So I was kind of working on those, and since this palette is not new by any means, I was impressed to do my 5 looks 1 palette on this one. So again, I will get to it. I'll probably do it during the month of January because this is a really nice winter palette. So I feel like 5 looks with this one would be nice for the month of January. I'm going to start with this shade right over here, which is a great transition shade for this palette. And to blend on my crease, as always, I'm using my Refer number 15 brush. I just love that transition color. It is the perfect cool tone transition color. Okay, so I asked you guys on my Instagram stories to ask me some questions for the video. And the first one is from Spina1. Thank you so much for participating. And she said, what are you looking forward to next year? And next year, I am looking forward to a lot of things. I have a lot of hopes and expectations for 2021. I'll start with, I think, one of the most basic ones, but also that are going to make me very happy. And that is, I am looking forward to traveling next year. I really want to go places I've never been before. I feel like this year, with everything closing down and us not being able to travel for quite a few months and all of that, it just made me feel like I haven't traveled enough. I haven't gone enough places. It's always been a dream of mine to go to so many different places, and so I want to start planning it out and prioritizing it, if that makes sense, rather than continue to push it back, because for so long I've had all these plans to go so many different places and I always just delay it and maybe next year and I feel like I've done that for quite some time. And when 2020 happened, it made me realize that why am I delaying it? I should be prioritizing this rather than the opposite. And I know that it's currently not safe to travel still, but I'm definitely hoping that during 2021 that changes and that we are able to more safely continue to travel. I've never been to New York and I would love to go to New York. My husband and I have been wanting to go to Spain for years and years and years, and we kept pushing it back, and this was the year we were going to do that, and of course everything closed down and we couldn't. And so maybe next year I can do it, you know? I'm just hoping that I get to explore new places. That's definitely a huge thing that I'm looking forward to doing, and I'm really hoping that we can. I'm switching to my Refer number 14 and this color right over here, and I'm going to blend it on the outer V of the eye and into the crease a little bit. As far as my channel is concerned, I definitely want to continue to work hard on this channel like I have this year, and maybe even more than I have this year. I'm definitely looking forward to continuing to grow this channel. Making these videos definitely brings me so much joy, interacting with you guys on my Instagram or on my comment section. I get a lot of joy out of that. I love talking to you guys, and so I definitely am looking forward to continuing to grow the channel. I enjoy YouTube so much, and I want to definitely continue to do so this next year. I want to use the color True Love from the Danessa Myricks eyeshadows on my eyelid, and so I started prepping my eye for them. I might have to like darken up the crease a little more, but I'm just going to go for it right now and try it, and if I need to darken it, I'll go back and darken it some more. I felt like this color in this eyeshadow would be a nice look for the new year. Okay, so I placed it there, and now I'm going to see if I can diffuse the edges a little bit. I don't want to layer it too much because I don't want it to bunch up like it can sometimes do, but I do want it to kind of blend out a little more. And to blend it out, I'm using a Morphe M332 brush. That is so pretty. Okay, let me do it on this one. And I'm just blending it out back and forth and making it go on the crease and everything, because once you blend it out, it doesn't look super shiny anymore. So you can even take it to your crease and all that, and it looks really pretty. And I have the other colors behind it to make it diffuse nicely. And now with the tip of my finger, I'm going to go over just on the eyelid to bring back some of that shine a little more. And I'm just tapping with my finger. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm letting it dry, and I'm really hoping it dries nicely. I really love how that looks. I already have moisturizer on. I put Magic Cream on, and I'm going to use my Gucci primer because I've been wanting to try this one with a different foundation that is not the Gucci foundation, because I do feel like it's so smoothing and hydrating to my skin. I really liked it when I tried it, but I didn't love the Gucci foundation, so I've been wanting to try it with something other than the Gucci foundation to see how I feel about it. I'm going back with a clean brush because you guys know how I feel about the blend. It's gotta be on point. So I feel like this clean brush is really helping me to diffuse up here. Okay, I think I'm going to combine foundations today. Don't ask why, I don't know. This is my Huda Stick Foundation, which I love. And I didn't put too much of it on, just a little bit. And I'm diffusing it with my Love is the Foundation brush. You can see how that gave me a light coverage. Avida $3 said, maybe a list of the positive things that happened this year. So I love to talk about positives rather than negatives. I would definitely say that a positive thing that happened this year was that during the springtime, when I was out of work because everybody was home and all of that, I had a lot of time to work on my channel, which I was very grateful for. And also I had time to have my grandma come over and spend time with her. She spent a couple of weeks here with me. We did a video together. I cooked for her, she cooked for me, and that was just a lot of fun having my grandma here. I used to live with her when I was little, and so I definitely enjoyed her company. My grandma is like my mom. I absolutely love her. I'm definitely going to see her this month of January because I'm going down to Florida for a couple days, and so I just absolutely love that lady. We talk on the phone every single day. I always call her when I'm on my way back from home, so she is my company on my drive home every day, and we talk about our days and what happened and what we liked and didn't like about our days and all of that. And so having my grandma over for at least 2 weeks and having the time to spend with her back then was definitely a blessing. Something else that happened that was very positive for me this year was that even during a global pandemic, thankfully, knock on wood, I really hope that nothing happens to anybody in my family. Nobody in my family has had COVID, in my immediate family, I should say. And then in my more extended family, the people who have had COVID have had it with very mild symptoms. Nobody has had to go to the hospital. Everybody's been able to breathe fine. And so that is certainly a huge blessing. So that is something that definitely was positive for us this year. And I know that just because 2020 is about to be finished, that doesn't mean that COVID is not still going to be happening, because it is going to still be happening. But I'm definitely hoping and praying that everybody in my family continues to stay healthy. I'm going to use my Pat McGrath foundation now. I wanted to layer these two because I love them so much. I'm like, I wonder what happens if I use them together. And I'm using the same brush to diffuse them. I need to go What a Beauty Blender is what I need to do. I know I'm jumping all around, but I was waiting for this eyeshadow to dry to do the next eyeshadow step, so I'm going to do it now. And that is, I'm going to grab this color right over here. No, just kidding. I'm going to grab this color right over here. And I'm going to pop it right here in the center of my eyelid on top of my Danessa Myricks eyeshadow. Oh yeah. We can't have a New Year's Eve look without some nice sparkles. I'm going to go wash my beauty blender. I'll be right back. Oh, and I just patted that on my eyelids. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to use my Pat McGrath concealer. And of course, I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. Something else that I'm very grateful for in 2020 was that even though a lot of countries were still closed, my husband and I had the opportunity to go to Mexico on vacation, and we were there for a little bit over a week, and it was the most blissful, peaceful vacation ever. I honestly loved every single minute of it. I was so scared of getting on an airplane during COVID. I was terrified of getting on like a cab during COVID. And you know, we had hand sanitizer at all times. We wore our mask at all times. And at the hotel, things were so much better. I work in retail, so I'm exposed to it every single day regardless. So I was like, if I'm exposed to it at work on a daily basis because I work with people, so I figured if I'm exposed to it at work, I'll just go on my well-deserved vacation and get on that airplane and just do it. Thankfully nothing happened. Thankfully we came back, we were healthy. Again, nobody in my family, including us, we haven't gotten COVID, and so that has been a huge blessing. And my Mexico vacation was the greatest. I really loved going there. If you guys didn't know I went to Mexico or had no idea about any of this, I do have a highlight on my Instagram stories now that says Mexico, so you can see there, you know, whatever I posted during the time on my Instagram stories. That's the only place where I posted that I had gone to Mexico, I think. And honestly, I'm glad I did it. It was so much fun. Again, one of the highlights of 2020 for me. On our way there, the airplane had social distancing and all that because of COVID. However, there was a hurricane coming on our way back, so they like filled the airplane. That was kind of scary because we were sitting next to people at that point. But I mean, we were just trying to not be there during the hurricane. And thankfully, the day to evacuate was the day that we had already planned to leave Mexico. It was the day that we had our ticket to come back, because there were a lot of people who had to cut their trips short, and we didn't have to do that, which was a huge blessing for sure. I'm putting the Pat McGrath powder over my concealer. For my inner corner, I'm going to use this shade down here. So I'm going to go right here and then bring it up above the eyelid a little bit. And I'm using my Refer number 2 brush. I think for under the eyes, I'm going to start with this one. Pray for me. I'm really hoping this turns out well. I'm scared. Do a few dots right there. And then I'm going to blend it back and forth with this brush. This is my Morphe M506. Same thing on this eye, of course. I'm going to use the same color I used on my eyelid right underneath my eye here. And I'm just tapping it with my finger again. Back with my M504 from Morphe, I'm grabbing the transition color right here, and we're going to smoke out our lower lash line. Make it meet right here at the end. This is what I have for the eye look so far. I'm going to do a little bit of mascara because, you know, this eye look deserves some lashes. So we will be putting some lashes on as well, but I want to do some mascara first. I'm using the cream bronzer from Fenty now. And let's keep talking about my highlights of 2020. I definitely think that I grew my channel this year a lot, and I am so thankful and so appreciative to every single one of you that subscribed this year, that found me this year. Thank you so much for subscribing and commenting and giving my video a thumbs up. It definitely does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much for your support. I looked up a video the other day, I think for reference of something that I was doing, and in that video I was saying thank you so much because by the time you're watching this I probably reached 20,000 subscribers, and that was December last year, and we are about to hit 46,000 very soon. I'm at like 45,700 maybe, and I think that is absolutely incredible. So thank you so very much to everybody who joined my community this year. Also, thank you guys for being so absolutely wonderful, not just towards me but towards each other. I feel like the comment section on my videos is always so nice and positive and uplifting, and I love when you guys help each other out, and I am just so grateful for this community that we have. I think another huge highlight for this year was to be able to afford every single product that I bought to review for you guys, because in previous years I had to limit myself a lot with my product reviews and whatnot because I wasn't really making any money from YouTube, so I couldn't really buy everything that would come out because I wouldn't necessarily get my money back, if that makes sense. So I was much more selective with things that I bought to review, and I feel like this year with the growth that my channel has had has definitely allowed me to review a lot more products than I could in previous years for you guys, and obviously I'm very thankful for that. I'm definitely still somewhat pretty selective with the things that I review because in order for me to review anything I first have to be excited about it. If I'm going into it thinking the product is going to be trashed, then I'm not going to review it for you. But I've definitely been able to review a lot of products that I couldn't in previous years because I just couldn't allow myself to get them, like the fancy Pat McGrath palettes and the expensive Natasha Denona palettes and all of that. So that's definitely been a huge highlight this year as well. And obviously I have you guys to thank because you go out of your way to use the links that I leave you down in the description box and all of that, so that I get a little commission from your purchase, and then with that I can help my channel continue to grow and I can buy these products that I want to review for you. Isis is happy said, what are you looking forward for your channel in 2021? And honestly, I just want to continue to grow this community. I feel like if last year in December I was at 20,000 and this year I'm at 46 almost, my goal for the end of 2021 is to hopefully have reached 100,000 subscribers. I'm saying this out loud right now and to me it sounds absolutely crazy. But at the same time, I'm really hoping that I can get there. I'm going to use my Charlotte bronzer and my big number 25 brush from Refer for my bronzer. Something else that would be absolutely huge to accomplish this next year would be to be able to do YouTube full-time, because right now, like, it is 9:30 o'clock at night. I worked today from 9:30 in the morning to 6 p.m. got home, had dinner, and now I'm filming this video. And so of course I sometimes feel like I don't have time to do some things that I want to do. A couple of days ago I was home for a couple of days and I edited a video and uploaded it, and then I watched series on Netflix with my husband, and I didn't work for one whole day. And while it was happening I was like, I deserve this day, like this is okay. But at the same time I felt such guilt and regret because I should have been working on a video, because I want to upload as often as I want to upload, and so I don't give myself breaks too often. Obviously being able to do YouTube as my full-time job, I could not only produce a lot more content for you guys, but I could also maybe have one guilt-free day a week, and that would be wonderful. So being able to do YouTube full-time is definitely a huge goal of mine for 2021. I'm going to use my Chanel Rose Bronze Blush with my number 2 brush from Refer. For my highlighter, I'm going to go into my Dior Quad, and I'm going to use this one down here and blend it on my cheekbones. I think this highlighter is perfect for this look because it's not warm. It's nice and cool toned. For lips, I want to do my Patrick Ta lip liner in She's Humble. I'm really hoping this one's not still sold out, because every time I have checked recently, it is sold out on the Sephora website. And it's just such a pretty lip liner. I'm having a hard time picking a cool tone lipstick. I think I'm going to do Dance Floor Princess from Charlotte Tilbury. I like that with that lip liner. That looks good. And I'm going to do a little bit of Prima Donna from Pat McGrath over top. Let me go ahead and put on some lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and this right here is the final New Year's Eve makeup look. I'm not done with the questions. I have a couple of questions left, and so I'll go ahead and answer those now. I didn't do well with my time in this video. Any makeup you are hoping will come out in 2021? I know that Samantha Ravndal is launching a makeup line, and so I am very excited to try whatever it is she has coming. I'm also excited to see what Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics is coming out with. These are people I've looked up to for a very, very long time, and so I'm definitely ready to try and review their new products for you guys. Besides that, I want to know what my favorite brands have in store for the new year. Charlotte Tilbury, Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, ColourPop, all of those are brands that I'm constantly lusting over. So I definitely want to see what they have coming. I'm excited for any Mothership palettes down the pipeline. Let's also see what Anastasia does this year, because I'm sure they have things coming for 2021. They kind of stopped in 2020 altogether. So I'm pretty sure there have been launches that were pushed back to 2021, and those are going to be coming out, and I couldn't be any more excited about them. By the way, that question was asked by Lindy Dunphy. And then Audra Wears Makeup says, makeup goals for 2021, brand/techniques you want to try. I've definitely been wanting to try Nabla Cosmetics for the longest time, and I still haven't gotten anything of theirs. There is a few indie brands that I'm also really hoping to try this year, like JD Glow Cosmetics, Terra Moons. As far as techniques, I've always wanted to know how to do that under painting, contouring thing that I see celebrity makeup artists do. Like, I would like to do that on myself, but I've never actually like tried to do it, so maybe one day. And then Whoops222 said, what is one big channel and regular work goal for 2021? And honestly, my work goal for 2021 in general, and I'm trying to manifest it and speak it into existence, is to be able to do YouTube full-time, for YouTube to be my full-time job that I can pay my bills with and still have a little bit of money to buy the makeup that you guys want me to review. And so of course the goal is to continue to grow this channel so that I have a little bit more time for myself and I can have my dream job full-time, which is making videos for you guys. I think that pretty much covers the questions that I had to do with what I wanted to talk about in this video. There were some questions that I feel like kind of require a video of its own, so if you guys asked me a question and it wasn't related to like this topic, I'm sorry. I didn't reply to you, and also I'm sorry if I didn't mention your name because I had a few people who had asked me the same types of questions, so I just went with the first person that asked them. I love you guys so much. I am wishing every single one of you the absolute best for 2021. I hope that 2021 is your year. I hope that you kill it this upcoming year, that you are able to make your dreams come true, and that whatever you are hoping for comes true for you. I love you guys so much. Thank you always for all of the support and love that you give me. I am so grateful to have started this YouTube channel journey. If anyone out there is wanting to start theirs, stop waiting, stop questioning yourself, just go ahead and go for it, because I can personally only speak for myself, but giving YouTube a real chance was the best thing that I could have ever done for myself, because it was something that I wanted and I just went ahead and went for it. And I had a bit of a slow start, but I am so grateful to be where I am today. I love you guys so much. I wish you all the best, and I hope you come back for the next video. If you haven't subscribed yet, of course, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and I will see you guys next year. Bye!